Thousands of pro-Palestinian demonstrators protested in cities around the world on the eve of the first anniversary of the deadly October 7th Hamas attack on Israel that triggered the war in Gaza. Now, demonstrations are being held in major cities of Jakarta and Istanbul to Rabat and followed protests in major European capitals as well as Washington and New York on October 7, 2023. Hamas had fired thousands of rockets into Israel before the group's terrorists breached the Gaza border. Hamas terrorists attacked and went on a rampage at a music festival which killed almost 1,200 people, injuring hundreds of others and taking over 250 hostages, of which 101 are yet to be freed. Brian on the telecast with me. Brian, it's the one-year anniversary of the Middle East crisis, the Israel-Hamas war. What are the developments that we have? We know that there are protests that are now taking place across the country, across, in fact, the globe, such as in New York. What are the details that we have over there?
Definitely there have been demonstrations of solidarity with the Palestinian people that have spread across the globe also as one-year anniversary of this very devastating violence in Gaza prompted. Even in Berlin, a large demonstration took place where participants voiced their support for Palestinians and condemned the ongoing, conflict. And the march in the German capital was also just one of many expressions of international concerns over the situation in Gaza. Even in Rabat, Morocco also a vigil held to express solidarity with Palestine, escalated into clashes also between demonstrations and Moroccan police. They were participating in the vigil and also come together to oppose any normalization of relations with Israel. Now, meanwhile, in Houston, also Texas, thousands gathered to commemorate a year since the tragic events in Haggai. And the Houston demonstration was also a somber affair as those in attendance mourned the loss of life and continued the suffering of the civilians as well. Even to the fact, again, post that also in a city of Oujda also, which is located in the far northeast of Morocco, violence also erupted as Moroccan authorities clashed with demonstrations during a popular march. The protest marked the anniversary of the Al-Aqsa flood and was organized to express opposition to normalization of relations with Israel. And the dispersal of the march also turns intense with reports of force also that was used by authorities against participants. Now, the demonstration in Oujda also reflects the growing discontent also with certain segments of Moroccan society over the government's approach towards Israel as well. And as protests continue across the region and beyond, the clash in Oujda also highlights the deep, the deep-seated and charged atmosphere surrounding the Israel-Palestinian conflict, even in countries far from the epicenter of the violence. Yes.
Right, absolutely. Brian, stay on with us. In fact, joining us at this point of time is Colonel Shadan Singh, defense expert. Thank you so much for taking out time and speaking to us on NewsX. It is the one-year anniversary of the Israel-Hamas war. When we talk about it at this point of time, nothing exactly seems to be getting better. In the past 365 days, if there's anything that's happened, there's an expansion in the kind of attacks that are taking place, especially with the attack that was just, of course, orchestrated by Iran. And now again, retaliation is being seen. Retaliatory attacks are also taking place. How do you then view these developments that are coming in?
It was expected that this war will be slowly will be over within 3-4 months. But now, after 1 year also, this war is on a climax. And there is no end. Then it doesn't seem that this war will end sometime. And in 1 year, mass destruction of humanity has taken place in Gaza, Lebanon, and northern parts of Israel, etc. The resources, human resources, and buildings and power plants and other things which took 20-30 years to build up, they have been destroyed in these attacks. It is all rockets, missiles which are being fired, and they are destroying this area around. So I see that this has been a mass destruction of humanity in Middle East, and this is all because of Hamas, who has started this war. I I suggest that world leaders, UNO, which was having fundamental thoughts that this kind of destruction of humanity should not take place in future, when it was founded in 1945. But this destruction has been done more than Second World War. So UNO should actively come into play. All these permanent member of UNSC should get together and should pressurize Middle East, all the warring countries to stop this destruction of humanity and come to terms and establish peace in this area.
Right, absolutely. Of course, they should come to terms, they should establish peace, but at this point of time, there are 101 people who are still in hostage. There are 1,200 Israelis who have been killed in that music festival that took place in 2023. You know, with all of that in the picture, what are the first priorities that the Israeli government should perhaps look at?
You see, in 1948, when Israel was established, before that, all the Arab countries where Jews were living, they decided that they will destroy this complete community of Jews and they will destroy this from the world. And after that, all these remaining people came to Israel and they established Israel. Since then, they are fighting the war of existence and they want to save themselves. And on this note, Israeli Prime Minister has said that whosoever create danger for Israel, they will destroy them totally. That's why Israel is becoming aggressive day by day to destroy Hamas. Hamas has been almost destroyed, and now Hezbollah is being destroyed. So the complex, the insecurity complex which is there in Israeli people's mind, because of that, this Israelis become more aggressive day by day. So I do not visualize that there can be any end so early without this destruction of Hezbollah and all the supporters, Houthi, etc., who are located in complete Middle East. And one thing is, I'm also wondering that these terrorist organizations are not a state or not a solid country somewhere. These are all terrorist organizations which are fighting in those countries, like from Lebanon, like from Gaza, like from Yemen. So I don't visualize a very bright future for Middle East. This will go worse day by day, and world resources, energy resources, which are located in Middle East will also be destroyed, which should have been used for the welfare of humanity.
Right, absolutely, sir. Requesting you to stay on with us. In fact, Colonel JSO, the international affairs expert, also joins us on the broadcast. Sir, now, you know, day by day, the situation is deteriorating. We're seeing sporadic attacks. We've, of course, seen what the kind of an attack that Iran has just orchestrated. There are retaliatory attacks that are taking place, and Benjamin Netanyahu has made it abundantly clear that these attacks are nothing but a big mistake. With such, you know, assertive statements that are coming in, what do you then, how do you then, what's the future for the Middle East in your assessment?
Jayant Asawri, it's my honor to be on your esteemed channel and a privilege to be with the esteemed panelists. Asawri, exactly 1 year back, the brutal and barbaric attack of Hamas took place on Israel, and it has been exactly 1 year, and Israel has opened up multiple fronts, be it with the Hezbollah in Lebanon, be it with strikes on Iran, be it with the strikes in Syria. This is exactly what the American President Joe Biden has been warning since 7th October last year, that the more Israel prolongs this war, the more Israel enlarges this war, it will create trouble for Israel itself. Today, Israel should realize that unlike 1973, when it last fought a multi-front war in the Yom Kippur War of 73, where it could defeat many Arab nations at one time, much has changed in the last few decades. The Arab nations, supported by Russia and China, are now economically strong and militarily strong. And this is exactly what Joe Biden has been warning Netanyahu about. It is also a matter of great concern that it has been 1 year since Israel invaded the Gaza Strip, and a mere 365 square kilometers Israel has not been able to capture in totality or to eliminate Hamas. I would like to draw the attention of our viewers that this year in June, The spokesperson of the Israeli Defense Forces, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, said in a statement that to defeat Hamas is impossible because this is a political problem for which a military solution cannot ever find a reason. And this is what exactly America has been saying, India has been saying, United Nations has been saying, that until and unless there is no two-state solution, Middle East will not see peace. For whatever statement Benjamin Netanyahu may give, he knows 66% of his own citizens are against him. He knows the day this war ends, he will have to step down from power. He'll be thrown to jail for the various corruption charges on him. So Benjamin Netanyahu is only prolonging this war to stay in power, whereas the international community, the Israeli citizens, are vehemently opposed to Benjamin Netanyahu. One last statement I would like to make, Savri. There can be only peace in the Middle East when there is a two-state solution. The earlier Israel agrees for it, the better it will be for Israel.
Right, absolutely. You know, of course, you've spoken about Joe Biden. You've also spoken about, of course, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the solution that he has been putting forward. You know, the fact that there is a requirement for a two-state solution. What do you then think is going to spark some sort of de-escalation amidst this Middle East crisis?
Well, Asawri, neither Hamas nor Hezbollah nor Iran are ready to take a step backward, and neither is Israel ready to go back. So this war will keep on escalating till the time Israel finds itself in a total blind corner where it will have no option but to agree to a two-state solution. There can be no peace now because the Arab nations in the last few decades have made themselves very strong economically and militarily. China is openly supporting them. Russia has come to the support of Iran and to Hezbollah and Hamas. So this war will only end when Israel agrees to a two-state solution. Until then, bloodbath and mayhem will continue in the Middle East.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.